Hello everybody and welcome back to another blind commentary of Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 3 Episode 9, or the 49th episode. So, it's Nightmares and Daydreams. Alright, so I actually have nothing to say. Let's just immediately jump straight to it.
Water, earth, fire, air.
We have actually now met every one of those,
Long
like,
ago,
or seen
four
every one
nations
of those
lived
benders.
together
Like,
in harmony.
if I'm not mistaken,
Everything
as
changed
one of
when
you
the
pointed
Fire
out,
Nation attacked.
the Earthbender
Only
in
the
that was
Avatar,
the one
master of all
who
four elements,
taught,
could
like,
stop them. But when
taught
the world
Rogue.
needed him most, he vanished.
And of course there was
100
other
years
ones.
passed and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world.
That's pretty usual. Nothing to say here.
Previously on Avatar. You have
Yes.
redeemed yourself, my son. Welcome home.
I know one thing I care about. I care about you.
Oh, I've been actually
Solar
really
eclipse
hoping
is
that
coming.
we could get
sun
like
will be
the
entirely blocked out by the moon,
we
and
would
the
get like
firebenders
more
will
of
be
the
helpless.
antagonists, because
That's the
this
day
is
we
really
need to
something
invade
I've
the Fire
really
Nation.
been itching
The
for,
day
like
of Black
to see the
Sun.
antagonist
I've
side
always
of
known
the
that I would
story.
have to face the Fire Lord, but now I know I need to do it alone.
Yeah. Oh hey, sheepy sheep. What the hell kind of sheep are those? Koala sheep? Oh well.
This is it. The official rendezvous point for the invasion force.
Rendezvous.
How did you pick this place?
Before we
Already?
split up, my dad and I found this island on a map. It's uninhabited, and the harbor surrounded by cliffs seemed like the perfect secluded place.
They are
Nice choice, Sokka.
already
And we're here 4 days
going.
ahead of schedule.
Okay,
4 days?
that's
The invasion's
surprising.
in 4 days?
Whatever. That's like 4 days from now. Let's just calm down and...
Sokka's got the right idea, Aang. We're here, we're ready. The best thing we can
No,
do
you're
now
not.
is get plenty of rest.
You can't do fire.
I guess.
Okay. So we'll be dealing. I wonder if we'll be dealing with oneiromancy.
Your days of tyranny are over, Fire Lord. I'm
And
bringing you down.
your hair looks dorky.
Really? How do you plan on doing that when you're not even wearing pants?
Ah! Oh no!
Huh. Oh, that's not unusual.
It was just a dream, Momo.
Well,
I still have my pants.
Aang looks very disturbed.
Well, I better keep training.
Why do you keep punching him? It's not like you'll fight with whatever.
Fresh fruit, Prince Zuko?
May I wash your feet, sir?
Head massage?
Hot towel?
Okay. Would be nice to be royalty. Would be nice.
Prince Zuko, is something wrong? You didn't take the palanquin.
I'm just going to May's house. It's not far.
It's not a prince's place to walk anywhere, sir.
Huh. Well, it's been 3 years since he's been the prince, so... This will be interesting. Such a long walk. Yeah, you beat the heck out of that tree. That'll strengthen your knuckles and...
Hey, how
mean-
long have you been up?
A couple hours. I got a lot more skills to refine if I'm gonna fight Ozai.
You know, there is such a thing as overtraining.
That's true. Also, Aang looks like he's like... He looks actually really surprisingly fit.
You don't get it, do you? My form is bad, I'm sloppy, and I still don't know any firebending. Not even the basics.
That's okay, Aang. The eclipse will block all firebending anyway. You don't need to know any. Plus, it's a stupid element.
Okay, well, I still have to work on everything else. I better spend the whole day training.
That's... I wonder how useful that, like, flying with that freaking orb will be. Nightmares are another very,
Good
like,
night, Katara. Good night, Sokka.
very
Good
volatile
night, Toph.
storytelling element where you can screw them up
Good night, Momo.
very royally.
Good night, Appa and
Go
Mom.
to sleep already!
Like, if this is handled poorly, it really is not going to be such a good episode. I mean, at least so far it's very... Oh boy.
Your days of tyranny are over, Fire Lord. I'm
What
bringing
does
you
he
down.
remind me of?
And this time I brought pants.
So it seems. But are you prepared for your mathematics test?
I really wonder what...
Math test? Oh no! I forgot all about the math test. I've got to be ready.
That's... That's just dumb.
Aang, it's the middle of the night. You need to go back to sleep.
But I forgot my pants in my math test.
Aang, sleep. Please. For me.
For you or with you?
Tell me,
Sheepy.
if you can have anything you wanted right now, what would it be?
A big fancy fruit tart with rose petals on top.
You know, being a prince and all, I might just be able to make that happen.
That would be impressive.
Do you think you can find a fresh fruit tart for the lady? With rose petals on top?
Excellent choice, sir.
I guess there are some nice perks that come with being royalty. Though there's annoying stuff too. Like that all-day war meeting coming up.
War meeting? What are you talking about?
Azula mentioned something. I assumed you were going too.
I guess I wasn't invited.
A very subtle thing, but that's good.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Oh, hey.
Rise and shine. You overslept. You missed the invasion.
Hello, Zai. Oh, what the...
Sokka, get up! I need to know what day it is!
What? Who's talking? Ow!
Relax, it's still 2 days before the invasion.
Sokka, you've got to get up and drill your rock climbing exercises.
It's pretty...
In one of my dreams, you were running from Fire Nation soldiers, trying to climb this cliff, but you were too slow and they got you.
It's
But that was
pretty...
just a dream. I'm a great climber.
pretty clear that
Climb
they,
that
the
cliff.
Fire Nation actually
Climb
knows of
fast.
the eclipse and they have a plan. They'll destroy the moon, probably. Like, just fire a huge beam at it. Pew!
Stupid avatar, stupid cliff, stupid dream. I can climb fast.
Don't drink that!
Why? Is it poison?
In my dream, we were right in the middle of the invasion, and you had to stop to use the bathroom. We died because of your tiny bladder. And you need to start wearing your hair up. In my dream, your hair got caught in a train and...
Aang, I know you're just trying to help, but you really need to get a grip. You're unraveling.
You're right.
He's really
I'm losing my
panicking.
mind.
Also, okay, so I really do have to talk about this because I really don't like it so far, like this whole nightmare thing. But I mean, this is kind of interesting to see that this is just definitely side effects of Aang going crazy because he's trying to defeat his destiny or fulfill his destiny, but only partially. Like he's not going to master. He's trying to beat the Fire Lord without mastering firebending, and that really goes against his nature, and that's what he is. And that's what makes him like so uneasy. At least that's what I feel like. So I hope they do handle that. But like so far, it's just freaking dumb. I mean, yeah.
It's
I
like
really.
every time I think about how stressed I am, I just end up more stressed. I'm like a big growing snowball of nerves.
Of course you are. That's because you gotta fight the Fire Lord, the baddest man on the planet. And you better
Baddest.
win or we're all done for.
Sokka, you're not
The
helping.
baddest.
What? It's true.
That's not the
the deal, he
superlative.
knows it.
Katara,
I've got just the
you
thing.
could like
Get ready to be de-stressified.
mind bend his freaking stresses out, like
These
just
yoga
like
stretches can really work wonders if you do them in extreme heat. Reach up. Reach for the sun. Feel your chi paths clearing.
Okay.
Close your eyes. How are you feeling?
I feel really warm.
Good, good. Go on.
Like there's this warm feeling all around me. This heat. Like I'm in the Fire Lord's palace and he's shooting a bunch of fireballs at me. And the whole world is being engulfed in flames.
Maybe your stress is the kind you need to talk out.
Why don't you get right down to business and tell me what's been bothering
That's a
you?
lovely piece.
You know what's bothering me. I have to fight the Fire Lord in a few days.
Tell me more about this Fire Lord. Why are you so afraid of him?
You said it yourself. He's the baddest man on the planet. I'm supposed to defeat him and save the world.
Jeez, that's painful.
Life does feel that way sometimes, doesn't it? Like we're all trying to save the world from evil.
Okay, but what can I do to feel better?
Want to try screaming into this pillow?
Okay, that's cute.
Hello, Zuzu. If you come for a royal hair combing, I'm afraid you'll have to wait.
So I guess there's a big war meeting coming up, huh? And apparently I'm not welcome there.
What do you mean? Of course you're welcome there.
Oh yeah? I guess that's why no one bothered to tell me about it.
Oh, Zuko, don't be so dramatic. I'm certain Dad wants you there. You probably just weren't invited because it's so obvious that you're supposed to be there.
Well, were you invited?
Of course. I'm the princess.
And I'm the prince.
Exactly. So stop acting like a paranoid child. Just go to the meeting.
Forget it. I'm not going.
It's actually kind of interesting
All
that
right.
we
What
got
you
to see
need is
like
good old
we have get to
back
see.
pounding to relieve your stress.
Okay, again pausing. But this is kind of interesting that we actually have seen Azula very often now in her informal, like when she's either getting dressed or sleeping or something like that, like when she's not at her finest. And that's kind of interesting that we get to see that side of her. It's kind of shows that she's manipulative. I don't want to say anything bad, but like she's a manipulative woman even on the inside.
Pound away. Ah! Ow! Ah, Tom! I think this is bruising me!
Sorry, I
Okay.
forgot you have baby skin. Well, there's one other thing we can try. Acupuncture.
How neat. But acupuncture would be kind of useful, I suppose.
Zuko, it's just a dumb meeting. Who cares?
I don't.
Well, good. You shouldn't. I mean, why would you even want to go? Just think about how things went at the last war meeting you went to.
I know.
You know what will make you feel better? ordering some servants around. I might be hungry for a whole tray of fruit tarts. And maybe a little palanquin ride around town. Double time.
It's... Zuko does understand
Thanks
really
for
clearly
everything, guys.
what it means
So,
that
do
he
you
wasn't
feel less
exiled.
stressed? Ready for a good night's sleep?
I kinda think I sorta might slightly feel a little better. Maybe.
Then our work here is done.
Huh. Okay, well, that was suddenly unexpected. This is pretty cool. These are very cool, like, visuals, I must say. This looks awesome. Oh, hello, Zuko. Oh, that's interesting. That's what Zuko had to go through, like, punch through that. Oh, that's cool.
What happened, Aang?
It's the nightmares. They just get worse and worse.
Looks like it's time for another therapy session.
No, that won't
Okay,
help.
that
Nothing helps.
that
There's
is
only one
actually
thing I
very
can do.
nice.
I'm gonna stay awake straight through to the invasion.
That's just freaking stupid. Sleep deprivation is very terrible.
All aboard for the invasion.
Or you could
You
meditate.
don't look so good. You sure you can't just lie down for a little nap?
I told you, I can't go back to sleep.
Aang, staying up all night can't be good for you.
It's
Actually, staying up all night has given me some time to think. And I've realized some big things, Katara.
What big things?
I see everything so clearly now. What really matters. Why I'm really doing this. I'm doing it to save the world, but more than that, I'm doing it for the people I love. I'm doing it for you, Katara.
Aang, what are you saying?
I'm saying, I love you.
not. He's sleeping. He's not?
What are we doing?
What our hearts have been telling us to do for a long, long time. Baby, you're my forever girl.
Oh, yeah,
Aang?
he's sleeping.
Huh?
Or...
Just saying you should take a nap?
Oh, I guess I kind of drifted off into a daydream.
What was your dream about?
Living underwater?
Sounds neat.
That's... I was interested... It would have been interesting to see something happen there. But
Everyone's
whatever.
waiting for you.
What?
The High Admirals, High Generals, the War Ministers, and the Princess have all arrived. You're the only person missing.
So, my dad wants me at the meeting?
The Fire Lord said he would not start until you arrive, sir.
Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what the Fire Nation's plan will be for
Put him up, Fire Lord!
the eclipse, though. I mean, they probably won't be using just...
Hey, I'm trying to build Appa some armor here so he doesn't have to go into the invasion naked.
It will probably
He's
be
your bison.
just some
Ozai's
weaponry.
defense is impeccable. I'll have to try a different approach.
And here you can see what sleep deprivation does to you. Yeah.
You think you're untouchable, don't you, Mr. Fire Lord?
Boy, you are really starting to lose it, kid.
Momo, did you hear something?
No, but I said something. You, my friend, are just a few plums short of a fruit pie.
Yeah. Well,
That's
he's
more
going
like it.
crazy.
I'm so tired that for a second there I imagined you were talking to me. Oh, Momo, let me explain.
Yeah.
Aang? We're all starting to get a little worried about
You don't say. That's.
You've been awake too long.
And you're acting downright weird.
You've got to take care of yourself. Go on like this.
Look, I appreciate what you guys are saying, but the stress and the nightmares, they were just too much.
Oh,
Staying
boy.
awake is the best way for me to deal with it.
Yeah, leave the kid alone.
Hey, who asked you?
Guys, come on.
No, I am sick of this guy always mouthing off and telling me what to do.
Oh, you don't like it? Well, let's go right now.
Sokka, what should we do?
About what?
About that.
Well, at least this episode is visually entertaining. Oh my god, that's so
Come on, guys, we're all on the same side.
Chakras! Chakras! Everybody loves chakras! 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 Chakra sandwich tastes good! Yum!
Oh my god. Oh. The fuck? Oh my god. This...
I just need to jump in a cold waterfall. Ah! Ah!
This is freaking trippy as fuck.
So, how did it go?
When I got to the meeting, everyone welcomed me. My father had saved me a seat. He wanted me next to him. I was literally at his right hand.
Zuko, that's wonderful. You must be happy.
During the meeting, I was the perfect prince. The son my father wanted. But I wasn't me.
These moods don't mix that well. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Ah.
Oh, look, another hallucination. An imaginary bed made out of clouds.
Hey, it's real. We spent hours working on it.
We made it for you. A good night's sleep will probably take the crazy away.
Oh.
We hope.
Look, you guys keep telling me I need to sleep, but I can't. The invasion's tomorrow.
Aang.
No, Katara. There's still so much I haven't learned.
Just heal his
Seriously,
mind.
What I
God
need
damn
is
it.
practice. Quick, hit me.
I'm not going to hit you.
You want me to do it?
Listen to me. You've been training for this since the day we met. I've seen your progress. You're smart,
So
brave,
have
and
we.
strong enough.
You really think so?
Yeah, and you're only 12 years
You
old.
can do this. You're ready.
Almost
You're
13.
the
but
man, Twinkle
whatever.
Toes.
You did me! Oh, okay.
You know what? I think I am ready.
That looks kind of creepy, but whatever. In a good way, I suppose.
Your days of tyranny are over, Fire Lord.
Really? You're gonna take me out? You're not even wearing pants.
No, Fire Lord Ozai. You're not wearing pants.
No! My royal parts are showing!
Alrighty. Well, this certainly was an episode. No, I just no. Oh God, this. Just no. Just no. There are just too many things wrong with this episode. I just cannot deal with this. Oh no, man. I really didn't think this, but the sum of the parts would be the worst. Oh my gosh. Okay, so taken individually, the scenes are just fine. Majority of the Aang scenes have a lot of humor in, or they are just okay. So the biggest problem I have with this episode is that it has a really, in my opinion, like a really bad pacing. It's paced like ass. It's so jarring and it's so. I mean, I don't have a problem with this episode existing, but I just would have preferred them to construct it a little better. Like, the pacing is just all around bad in this episode. But the biggest problem with that is that they mixed very serious tones and very subtle messaging with some very stupid, silly, fun stuff. And that just doesn't mix well. Like, if Aang would have been more serious or if Zuko would have been more funny, then this would have been a better episode. But they are just so polar opposites in this episode, I don't think they mix all that well, and it makes the whole episode feel very schizophrenic, and they should have just focused on one part. But they both had important things to them. Okay, maybe not the Aang part so much, but Zuko's part had so much important thing in it. Damn, that's a shame. That really is a very huge disappointment, because I really do like things that have to do with dreams, but this was just overall disappointing. And I mean, how do I explain this? It was funny, but then we jumped to Zuko being very serious, and it just doesn't mix well, since we get some this very subtle theming and very tender, but also at the same time very serious mood with Zuko, and then we jump to Aang with some very silly stuff and skits and jokes and nothing basically serious at all, and it's just so stupid. Damn, I really don't like this. If I could rearrange the scenes so that either the Zuko parts would be in the first, like they would be bundled together and they would be in one huge discontinuity. I mean, the pacing would be killed again, but at least the mood wouldn't change all the freaking time. That's the biggest problem. This episode didn't have a consistent mood, and it feels really bad. I just didn't like that. It was too huge of a shift. Like, we've seen episodes where there have been a lot of jokes, and almost every episode has jokes in them, or I would say like every episode has, but in those episodes it's either little jokes so that they just make the mood a lot easier because they are so few and far in between, and they don't really make the scenes any less serious. But here it's just constant jokes and fun and laughter and stupid silly things, and then we jump to Zuko's seriousness. That's just, it was too much, because the Zuko parts are very important and I really do like those, and I really do like these Aang parts, but if they are fit together like this, it just doesn't mix at all. Damn, that's a shame. And I really do regret that, because I really did like these parts individually. God, it's awful to say this, because I didn't like the episode overall, but I liked the parts of it. I really did like the visuals at one of those nightmares, which we will be going through soon. But I really did like the visually, or just all around the visuals we had in this episode. They were very, very good. But at the same time, the mood was just horrible for its constant switching, and it just didn't. It really broke the episode for me. And I'm disappointed and sad about that, because I wanted to like this. Because, oh man, like, because I don't have problems with comedy even if I don't laugh at it, because I mean, I just have a bad sense of humor. But these jokes were pretty good in my opinion. But, and especially that Momo versus Opapa, that's like, what the fuck? And that looked really awesome, but then we jump to Zuko and it just doesn't belong. It's really wrong. God, I really did. That's the point. I did enjoy both parts of both sides of these episodes, but they just don't fit together. And that's really a shame, because they really are fun. Good. They are really well done parts, but just mixing them together like this just doesn't work at all. Especially considering that the Zuko part was very important for the future, and it's a very subtle character build. Very subtle and very slow and methodical, but it's well done. And on Aang's part, it wasn't so much character building, but it was at least big character building, and it was mostly just to alleviate the pressure that he has by making it being a lot less serious, especially considering that in the next episode they will probably invade. It's, oh man, it's very regrettable. I really don't. That's really a shame. So yeah, I do like. Overall, I didn't enjoy this episode, just because the mood changed so much. Let's just go over the scene by scene. So yeah, I really think that like this aspect that Aang can't sleep because he's very worried is very interesting. Like, I mean, there's something to be had here, either as a serious side or as a joke. They did it as a joke, but that's not a problem in my eyes. Then the whole design of Aang in these nightmares was, I really think it's inspired by some other animes, and I really want to go through and see which ones his outfits are from. Really also the Fire Lord looks like he's reminiscent from something. Like, he looks really familiar, but I just can't put my finger on it. This whole scene here with what the whole nightmare world looks like, it's fine. It's maybe a little less absurd than I would have preferred, but it's just fine in my opinion. As I said, it's very interesting visuals, and I really do like this comparison, how this actually portrays very well how small Aang feels compared to the Fire Lord, since Aang is only 12 years old and hasn't really been in a war, and the Fire Lord is a freaking leader of an invasion. I really do like that visual. But, I mean, if we would have had more scenes of like this with Zuko, which were more lighthearted and fun, that would have been fine, because this doesn't break. This was a pretty good beginning. It wasn't up. I really don't like this kind of really lightheartedness, but this doesn't break the mood. And it was really good up until like this point. This was really fine to see Aang getting really snappy about it, and it's very fine in my opinion, because it does make sense. I really do like how, also, again, an interesting visual aspect is how like Aang is portrayed with some, like, those bags under his eyes. Also, that's a really, that drawing of stuff is actually really fun, in my opinion. Okay, And then again, I really do wonder, this outfit of Aang, oh my god, I'm bad at anime trivia. What, like, where the heck is this from? I really do like this, like, this episode had so much visual glare in it. It looked really awesome from an outside perspective, but the jokes just don't fit together. Again, this is... Now that I think about it, the Zuko scenes were actually rather lighthearted. Rather. But they got so serious so quickly. Again, that's an issue with pacing. Yeah, those bags under his eyes, it's very well represented here, how like Aang gets gradually more broken down because of the stress and sleep deprivation. So I really do like that, because it really portrays it really well in my eyes. So I really do like it. And then this whole method of them trying to help him with different ways is also very interesting. Also, I actually do like that Sokka's beard. As I said about this Azula moment, it's very interesting that we get to see her at her most vulnerable. That's kind of interesting. That would have been possibly very enjoyable for me. Although, since it's hitting the back of his head, I wonder if that'll cause some major brain damage. Whatever, that's not important. Still, here we get to some very serious scene, and it again breaks the mood so much. It tries to be lighthearted, but it's not lighthearted enough. But this nightmare, on the other hand, this was just amazing. I really do like nightmare sequence. Oh gosh, that's something else. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I really do like this nightmare especially. This nightmare was very amazing in my opinion. Like, it had so interesting visual design and like very symbolic designs. Like this whole scene with Zuko standing on top of the lake. This nightmare was so amazing. But then we get to some silliness, and that's again breaks the scene just from that side. God damn. This was a really cool hallucination, and it was really like seeing like something funny would happen. It was kind of fun, but at the same time, I would have preferred something to actually happen, but it was really okay for me. Then we get some more seriousness with Zuko and such, and then this whole fight scene with Appa and Momo. Oh, this just blatantly seeing Appa and Momo talk. This was really cool and fun. I really did like that, and this is actually really freaking funny in my opinion. And we also get to see the Guru, and that's really funny as well, and rock snakes, and this whole scene was just so fun. And then we immediately got to one of the most serious things I've ever seen, and this little conversation is so much, it's filled to the brim with hidden meanings, and the tone of Zuko's voice here is just, oh my god, his voice actor is just amazing. Damn, he's good. But it's really, from getting this kind of really funny, silly sequence to something this serious, just doesn't fit that well. I mean, the ending was just fine, but yeah. So, all in all, I unfortunately have to say that I did not really like this episode. And that's only because I feel the mood changed far too often. And it changed far too drastically. It wasn't really that well paced in my opinion. It was really schizophrenic. It felt really schizophrenic. I would have preferred if they had focused on one side. Or maybe just got the Zuko part completely out, even though that was very important. Because if we would have just stick with Aang, it wouldn't have felt so schizophrenic. On the other hand, the visual design just the visual design of this episode almost redeems it for me, but it just is so poorly paced and put together that I just really don't like this episode. I really want to make my own cut of this episode, because it could be very easily changed so that it would be more palatable. That's a shame. Although I do think some people really did enjoy this episode because it had a lot of fun and it totally had the Avatar elements in it. But for me, the mood shifts were just too much. It might not be for other people, so I totally understand people who would enjoy the episode. As I said, I enjoyed the parts of it, but the sum is just bad in my opinion. And that's a shame, because this had a lot of potential. And there were some, it was overall kind of well put together, but it wasn't fit well together. That's kind of hard to say. It's really hard to express this. I hope I've done a really good job here. I would have preferred it to be done otherwise. And that's a shame. But this is another episode that I must say I dislike. Just because it had this really strange pacing. I don't mean to offend anyone who likes this episode. Actually, I never mean to offend. Offense is always taken, not given. But that's my opinion. And you are very much invited to disagree with me, because I am certain people enjoy this episode. I am very certain that some people would really like this episode in many aspects, because the nightmares are just amazing. They are really well done, and the jokes are really well done in my opinion. And the Zuko moments, they are just very well done, but for me, they don't mix that well. So I hope that you will leave your comments on down below and tell me how do you feel about this episode, and do you feel that there's spacing issues here? Do you feel that they could have just completely scrapped the Zuko part? What do you feel like they could have done different here? Please let me know your comments and your feelings just overall about the episode. So without further ado, as per usual, I thank you all very much for watching. Stay awesome. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Ganmu out.